Hello, my name's Jason Davidge. I'm 53 and I've been climbing at Mile End since the mid-90s and still here now. It was always very busy at Mile End, and I think a lot of people used the climbing wall, were outdoor climbers, so they would come to the wall and they would train and stay fit. Whereas kind of now, indoor climbing is a sport in itself, and some people don't even climb outdoors. And another thing at Mile End was that, the matting as well was rather unique. You had to drag the mats around with you for your landings. It's kind of evolved now, indoor climbing. It's like a sport in its own right. The advancement in route setting as well is it's an Olympic sport, and it's good.
I'm Dominic. My main role is running Rockin climbing shops, which I've done since the early 90s. I started setting, or at least putting holds on the wall, a little before that at Mile End, and then the first sort of competition I set for was in 96. Quite a while. But just on the side, it's not my main job. There's full-time setters who do it better. How's route setting changed? It's way more organised. When we started putting holds on walls, we didn't necessarily have routes in mind, so it wasn't really route setting, we were just putting holds on walls and people would make their own stuff up. So in a way, going full circle, it's what a splat board is now, but the density was tiny compared to that. So lots of holds, not as many as that, lots of holds, and people just made their own stuff up on that.
There was very little kind of really route setting back then. There was two, what they called comp walls, and they were just set with like ratty sort of holds. And then a lot of people used to set their own problems using chalk. People would chalk up holds and then initial them. Sometime
after that, the idea of actually using the same colour holds for the route became a thing, which is obvious now, but for some reason didn't seem obvious then. The holds weren't made maybe in such nice sets as they are now, so people didn't really want to do that.
What does age-appropriate setting mean?
Okay, so if you're talking in the context of things like Fossil Fest, where we're setting specifically for older people, it's consideration maybe of older bodies. The stipulations I gave the setting team really were to avoid strong heel hooks, because a strong heel hook tends to pull very hard in the knee and quite hard in the hip. Dropped knees. A lot of older people don't want to do dropped knees, either because they've got a problem, or they're scared of having a problem, or they're scared of falling off in that position. So firstly, thinking about their body. Secondly, thinking about their fear.
Hey, my name's Leon Ruiz. I'm 69 years old. I started climbing when I was 62, and basically really enjoying it ever since. And when did I start bouldering? This morning. Interesting, I think, is the word you describe it. Different approach to roped climbing. Scarier, much scarier in fact, because at my age you get a few feet off the ground and you think, if I fall at this point, something's going to break.
I've always thought I'd kind of like that. So I booked in for a session and got home absolutely broken, because everyone else on the introductory session was about 17, and then there was me. I got home and was like, it was amazing. I need wine and a bath. And then I couldn't basically move. Well, you say 2 days, I think it was more like a week. And then as soon as I could move, I came back. I was like, no, I really like it, definitely like it. And then I think within 4 climbs, I decided to become a member and bought shoes about 6, 7 climbs in. And then I was going 3 times a week.
And then you didn't stop talking about climbing. You've got to come, Sam, you've got to try it, you'll love it, you'll love it. And I have, my preconceptions of it were that I needed to be strong, and I'm not very strong, and I needed to be sporty, and I'm not very sporty. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to like it, to be honest, but okay, shut up, I'll come with you. And then actually I was quite surprised that I really did enjoy it. But what I like about it is the puzzle, like I'm still not very strong or sporty or necessarily very good at, and I'm not very brave either, but I do enjoy...
You've got the whole thing ticked for climbing, haven't you?
Yeah, I do enjoy the figuring it out. I quite like the sort of the mental aspect of it, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Really welcoming, friendly, non-judgmental. And again, because it's kind of a gym, a sporty environment, I had the preconception of macho guys, you know.
Well, we used to go to the gym, right? So we used to go to
and it
Queen
was a bit
Mary
like
Gym,
that.
and there were a lot of meatheads. You know, you shouldn't really say that about students you teach, should you? But there were a lot of
Or your
meatheads.
colleagues.
Well, it's fine about the colleagues. And I had the misconception it was going to be quite macho. It feels a very inclusive, safe space, and I really like that. And it's not macho, and there's nothing better than watching like one of the young girls that's in the squad make old, macho, muscled guys look like a complete
It's just
dick.
so beautiful.
It's really one of my favourite
Yeah.
hobbies.
So my name's Milla, and a long time ago, when I was about 22, I started climbing here. I came to do a course, top roping course, with my friend Holly, and she realised pretty quickly that she was actually scared of heights. So it was just me, and I used to cycle after work. This is in the late 90s, and I would come to Mile End in the rain, wind and snow, climb 2 nights a week, hoping to sort of meet some people, being a little bit scared of saying hello. It wasn't the same sort of vibe. There weren't any girls my age. It was all just a lot of bleh.
But do you think that it's better now and that has changed, that vibe? Is
Completely. Yeah, I think, I mean, you've just got to look around today. There's just, everybody is here, right? And it's just lovely. So many different types of people, old, young, just, it's wonderful. Yeah. So I think that has changed.
You know, everybody climbs together, whether you're 10 years old or
Yeah.
70 years old. There's never a sense of, oh, I can't climb with you, or you know, you're not welcome to climb I'm doing this. Not, you know, it's never exclusive. It's always friendly.
I generally climb with people my own age, but you know, there's plenty of young ones here to show you how to do things, or the other way around sometimes.
I primarily climb with a bunch of guys, well, and girls that I've met through when I started. I have a friend who I climb with. He's climbed all his life, and basically he got me into this. He suggested at one point, I'd always had an interest. I'd sort of dabbled in climbing a little bit whenever I could, but never sort of taken it up properly.
What would you say to other people who are thinking of starting climbing but later in life?
Just do it. I know people that started climbing at 60 and they do not just sport climbing, but they also do trad. So I think it's an activity that many people can do because you're just challenging yourself. So that's the nice part about it.
Go for it. Go for it. I mean, I have had so much fun. It's changed my life a lot. It's, you know, I'm retired now, and it's not exactly all I live for. I mean, I've got grandchildren and all that sort of stuff, but it's the thing that I think, today I'm going climbing. It just makes, you know, I'm going to meet my friends, and there are always challenges. So, you know, there are those ones that times that you failed at, and you know, you're gonna get. There are ones where you think, And this is the worst thing, is, oh, I did that one last week, oh, another go. And the trouble is you then don't approach it with the fear and respect it deserves, and you mess it up completely. But then you think, right, no, next time I'll behave and we do it properly. So it's always a challenge, always interesting. And great people, you know, who take part and organise it. I mean, the people that actually run the climbing walls and the setters, I mean, brilliant people. So, yeah, and a wonderful opportunity.